Today, we are announcing that the Justice Department is opening an investigation into the City of Phoenix and the Phoenix Police Department.
Our police department, like any other entity on the face of the planet, always has room for improvement.
And welcome back to Square Off. Phoenix Police and the city itself are under the Fed's microscope. The U.S. Justice Department is coming to town for a sweeping, perhaps year-long review of how Phoenix cops and their commanders do their jobs. Joining us this morning is Phoenix Vice Mayor Carlos Garcia of District 8, representing South Phoenix and Laveen. He was a leading critic of former Sheriff Joe Arpaio and the Phoenix Police before his election to the City Council. Welcome back to Square Off, sir.
Thank you for having me.
And I have to give my usual disclosure. My wife is a City of Phoenix employee. Let's start with what happened last week. Chief Jeri Williams will mark 5 years on the job come October. All of the issues the DOJ is reviewing have come up under her watch. Should she resign?
I do not believe that Chief Williams should resign. I think Chief Williams is someone that understands this police department, the community, better than than any other person we could put in that position. And so I want to explain that by saying it's not that I would. Sorry.
It's a tough question. I know that, but you know, Ed Zerker says he has full confidence in Chief Williams to get the job done. The question is, do you, and you know, or what are your reservations about her ability to do that?
So I would love for the police department to actually be led by someone with a fresh thought process that wasn't a police officer, but that's not something that's a reality. And so to have someone that's had previous police experience, someone like Chief Williams, who's also connected to the community, I think is the way we must move forward. I don't think bringing someone else in that's going to have another grace period, that's going to have more time to try to figure things out is the best thing. I think we know what the problems are. The community has said it. We have said it. Now the DOJ will investigate and let us know what's wrong. It's not about finding the next scapegoat. It's actually about fixing these problems and not blaming either the chief, the city manager, but actually blaming all of us for failing to hold this police accountable.
So the way the chief, the city manager, and Mayor Kate Gallego all responded to this was by highlighting the reforms they've made to policing and the police department and described the DOJ investigation as an opportunity to continue those reforms. They seem to be downplaying the severity of this kind of investigation. Do you see this as a pretty serious investigation that highlights problems in the department?
Absolutely. This is a crisis that we have in Phoenix. The only two other places that they've done this type of investigation is in Louisville and in Minneapolis. And that's because of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. What they're coming to do in Phoenix is different. They're looking at everything we do. It's not just those incidents that we've had, which are just as bad as Breonna and George with Mohammed and Michelle Cusseau and Paco Valdez and all these different folks, but they're actually looking at how we deal with people without shelter. They're looking at how we look at behavioral health. They're actually taking a comprehensive look of all the issues that we have within this police department, including the way we've dealt with First Amendment and protest. I do think it's being downplayed. I hope that they understand that this is a validation of what some of us have been saying for a long time, and specifically those most impacted, those families hurt by the police violence, who have been screaming and letting us know that this is a crisis that's happening in Phoenix.
We saw the DOJ here many times under the reign of former County Sheriff Joe Arpaio. They sued him in 2012. How confident are you that the DOJ will make a difference in the Phoenix Police Department and its relationship with the community?
It's going to be crucial that the community participates in this investigation. I took part in the DOJ investigation with Sheriff Arpaio, and we had to go door to door. We went all across the county to gather information and gather those testimonies. It's going to be crucial for the community to come forward. The DOJ will set up a 1-800 number. They will set up a contact office. It is going to be the most important thing is to hear those testimonies, to hear from the most directly impacted folks of what this police department's been doing.
Carlos Garcia, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you for having me.